My name is Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention, and this is Welcome to Worcester State. Welcome to Worcester State is an online web show where each week we talk about the important topics that are part of a new student's transition to Worcester State. This week I'm very excited to be joined by my good friend and colleague, Kristen Nelson, Associate Director of Residence Life here at Worcester State. Thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So today we're talking all about first year residential experience. So this is for resident students specifically. Before we get started with the plan questions, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself and the Office of Residence Life here at Worcester State?
Sure. Well, my name is Kristen Nelson still.
Because hasn't changed since the introduction.
No, not at all. I work in the Office of Residence Life, which is on the first floor of Sheehan Hall in room 101. We work primarily with our resident students on campus. There's about 1,600 of them. We're very excited to be gearing up to welcoming them back to campus. From orientation to move-in. So we're excited about that. I've been in residence life for about 9 years, always working on the residential curriculum, leadership development side of things. So excited to be here and excited to talk about first year residential experience.
Awesome. All right, so for everyone who's watching, what exactly is a first year residential experience program?
So first year residential experience, or FYRE, which is what we call it, is an opportunity for all of our first year students, about 600 of them, to have a common experience when they move onto campus. So we will do programming together. We'll basically help them transition to their first year successfully so that then they can transfer over to their second, third, and fourth year.
Awesome. So what can a student expect within the first few days while they're transitioning to Worcester State? So I guess leading into move-in day / convocation and then kind of beyond.
Sure. We are super busy in those days. So our first year students move in on Labor Day. They get here, they don't have to lift a finger, which is one of my favorite things about move-in day. Our resident assistants and our orientation leaders and our athletes, as well as some student leaders, help unload your car, walk our first year students to their rooms, and then our first year students can just spend time with their families, making their beds and unpacking their things. After that, we have first floor meetings, an ice cream social, an introduction to our late night Lancer programming, which is typically during the year every Thursday night from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. We have a different event every week. The very first one will be an ice cream social on the patio outside of Dowden Hall, where we all get to hang out and get to know each other. After the ice cream social, there's a ton of activities going on in Dowden. And then the next day, everyone, while our returning students are moving in, so there's a lot going on campus, there's a club fair, there's an opportunity for our first year students to have tours to get to how to get to their classes. We have a bus that goes back and forth to the Blackstone shop, so if you forgot something, you can go to Target or TJ Maxx, whatever you want to do, have some lunch. We have a bus going to Mount Wachusett if people want to get to know the area, do a little hiking. So there's something for everybody. We will for sure be keeping everyone busy and helping them be most comfortable with moving onto campus.
Awesome. And then I guess towards the tail end of Tuesday, we have first year convocation for all new students.
Yeah. So all of our new students, residents as well as commuters, will meet around 1:30 and be welcomed by President Maloney as well as faculty and staff to learn all about their academic experience while they're here. It's really the first opportunity for all of our first year students to be together in an academic setting. So it's a really exciting event.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about the programmatic stuff for the first 1 or 2 days. What does the programs look like, throughout the first week and kind of beyond?
Sure. We have events every single day for the first 60 days of our fall semester. So we're super excited this year. We've partnered with a lot of offices, Thomas's office, the Office of Student Involvement, Career Services, Academic Success. There's a ton of events going on. So that first week we'll have Welcome Week events sponsored by Office of Student Involvement. There's another club fair. There's an opportunity to learn about how to get a job on campus if people are looking for that opportunity. Just a ton going on. You'll get to really know your resident assistant, who is the student leader that lives on the floor of every floor in the residence halls. So just a lot of things.
Awesome.
All of them.
And can you talk a little bit about the first year success series and maybe a little bit more about Late Night Lancers, because
Sure.
it's some serious programming.
It is. Our first year success series, it's a tongue twister.
Yeah, and that needs an easier name.
We do. We'll work on that.
Yep.
We've actually been working on it for like 6 months. So we are really excited to offer programming every single Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesdays at 7 p.m., Thursdays at noon, with a focus on first year student success. So their academic success, how to register for classes, what does a bystander look like, a lot of wellness programming, time management. So a lot of opportunity for our students to meet with faculty and staff to learn about the easiest way to transition.
Awesome. And then every Thursday, 10 p.m., 12 a.m.
Every single
Late Night
one.
Lancers.
It's the best. We have, we do everything from paint nights to ice skating down at the Hogan Arena to cake wars. There's game nights, something for everybody.
Yeah, I love Late Night Lancers.
Yeah.
They're the best.
It's the best.
All right. So how does first year residential experience differ from, I guess, the traditional like living learning community?
Sure. The only real difference between FYRE and a living learning community is that this gives resident students a broadened opportunity to live with people that share an interest instead of just a major.
Great. I guess what sort of areas will programs be based around throughout the semester?
Sure. So right off the bat, we talk about making connections and making sure that you have all the resources that our students need to be successful while they're here. Specifically, we talk about how to communicate with a roommate, which is new to some people. We talk about alcohol and drugs, how to be a good bystander, becoming an informed citizen. So we offer pretty much if somebody wants to know something or we think they need to know something, we'll make sure that they know it.
Awesome. So I'm sure you're not the only person in residence life that's working with first year residential
No.
experience. So you talk a little bit about how the rest of the staff is kind of involved in this sort of program.
Sure. So this year we're very excited that we have a graduate assistant working with us on all of the programming, Bridget Ciolo. She's really excited. She's also involved in athletics, so she has a really good view of what goes on at Worcester State. We also have Colby Harvish, who is the resident director, who is a professional, full-time, live-in staff person in Dowden Hall. And he and Bridget will work really closely to make sure that our first-year students in Dowden and Sheehan Hall have what they need.
Well, those are all the questions that we had planned.
Phew.
I know, right? But you've watched these before, so you know that we have this magical question wheel. Everyone loves the wheel at home. We get a lot of feedback about it. So feel free to give that a spin. No. Feel free to give this a spin, and we'll ask the question, and we'll go from there.
Ooh,
all right, fun
fact.
Fun fact.
Oh, I have the best fun fact.
Great. What is your...
Thomas, or TK as he's known around campus, used to work in our office.
I did.
So that's my fun fact. This is a great one.
That would have been my fun fact, too, if I spun the wheel. I was like, a fun fact about me is I used to work with Kristen.
Yeah. So Thomas comes from residence life, so he knows what people need to know.
Yep. Sure do.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
All right. Well, that's everything that we had for today.
Great.
So thanks again for joining me. If you want to watch more of our episodes, feel free to go to youtube.com/Worcester State, click on playlists, and we have a playlist for Welcome to Worcester State. My name is Thomas Kelly, Director of Retention. This has been Kristen Nelson, Associate Director of Residence Life. Signing off from Worcester State. Thanks, everyone. Have a great Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.